Okay, I think we're live on YouTube. Let's go ahead and get cracking on Facebook as well. Let's try and get Facebook going here as well. Okay, if you guys are here, if you're hanging out, if you're with me for Flashlight Friday, give me a shout out, guys. Give me a shout out. Let me know that you're here and everything is all good in the live video, I guess. Are we live? What's going on, guys? What's up, James? What's up, Nick? Lanta, Christopher, David. Hey, what's going on, guys? All right, we're finally getting some traction here. We're starting to get some people in here. Let me go ahead and pull up the YouTube feed here real quick so I know what you guys are asking me on that. Okay. And we will get going. What's up, guys? Just give me 1 second here. I'm just getting going here, and then we'll get the show started, shall we? Okay, perfect. All right. Looking good on Facebook. You guys can hear me okay? Hey. What's up, Tim, Katie, Marcel, David, Jeff? What's up, Brett? What's up, Michael, Paulino, Colin? We got the Wolfpack in the house, baby! Wolfpack, baby! We like to do a little Wolfpack howl on Fridays. I'm bringing it back. We stopped it for a little while. But considering the world that we live in these days, there's nothing wrong with a Wolfpack howl every now and then, right? What's going on, guys? We are going to give away some i5Rs at the end of this video. We are doing something new. So right here, I am going to spark up our first live video on TikTok as well. So we're going to give this a try. We're going to see if anybody will tune in on TikTok. If you have TikTok and you like that platform, you can go over to Olight Global on TikTok and watch this live video over there. But yeah, we're giving it a shot, guys. We're giving it a shot. There's billions of people who use TikTok, and we've decided that maybe it makes sense to give it a try. Okay. Wow, it looks like we have a pretty good amount of people in here watching us. Awesome. Cool. So let me do a quick spiel and then we will get going. So first of all, to the people who are watching us on TikTok, where there's like already over 100 people, thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys didn't know, we are Olight. We are one of the best flashlight manufacturers in the world, okay? We've really made a name for ourselves on other social media platforms. We have hundreds of thousands of followers, but we are trying out TikTok for the first time. Luckily, we're able to get over 1,000 followers, which is what you have to do in order to be able to actually go live on the platform. Anyways, long story short, we go live every single Friday at 12:30 Eastern time. There were a couple technical difficulties, so I apologize for starting a couple minutes late, but we do this every single Friday, all right? Another thing too is we are going to be giving away i5R flashlights at the end of this live video. So yes, we always give things away when we go live as well, okay? Today, obviously, the main topic is going to be the, I thought we were going to talk about the Valkyrie Turbo, okay? Valkyrie Turbo, it is the first compact LEP that can actually fit on a firearm, right? This has a 530 meter beam distance, and it does have a cool white beam. So it might look a little bit different here on the camera. For some reason, this camera, even though I keep it on manual settings, for some reason, it always makes the beam look a little bit more yellow than what it is in real life. Like right now, while I'm looking at this beam, it looks cool white to me. But on the YouTube camera, it's looking like it might appear a little bit yellowish. But anyways, it is a cool white beam for sure. I'm a big fan of that because the beam that was on the Odin Turbo, the first LEP that we came out with, was very yellowish, right? It had that yellowish tone. So what's cool about this is not only is this the first kind of like compact LEP that's actually been approved in the United States, but also it's the first one that we've made that has a cool white beam, because all the other ones are mostly yellow because of restrictions, right? So it's really cool that we were able to get such a high performance LEP beam that's actually cool white and actually get it approved in the United States. Okay. So that's why this is a really special product. I know for some of the people who don't really like understand LEP technology, or the people who kind of like don't really know what's going on here, for you guys, this is a really big deal for the flashlight industry. Okay. Hopefully this will set the ground for seeing more LEP flashlights in the US, especially ones that actually have a cool white beam that don't have to have a filter on the front, so that it's actually going to look good, right? So I'm really proud of this light. I think it's a really big deal for the industry. If you don't need an LEP on your handgun, I totally understand. But just the fact that this product exists is a really big deal for the firearms industry and for our industry as a whole, because this is going to set the stage for compact LEPs in the future, if that makes sense. Now, with that said, guys, is there any like lights that you would like to see as an LEP? Are there any lights that you guys would love to have an LEP version of? You know, what I think is cool about this is we're able to get this kind of performance out of a flashlight that's only 3.5 inches long. Okay. Yes, this is a weapon mounted light, but when you think about it, if you compare the size of the Valkyrie to the size of like a regular EDC flashlight, for example, the S2R Baton 2, I mean, just look at that, right? So it's smaller than an S2R, but we're able to get a 530 meter beam distance. And I think that's the part that you guys really need to understand about this, is how small of a light this is with the performance that it has and the fact that it has a cool white beam. Cool part about this too is, what I like about it is, yes, there is a way to be able to see something that is over 500 meters away, but you're most likely not going to be doing that. So what happens when you have the flashlight that is closer to you? What happens when you have the flashlight, you're shining it on something that is very close to you? Well, there's going to be extreme intensity and clarity when you're shining it on that object. I made a YouTube video about this. If you guys have not watched the YouTube video, please do, because that video shows the intensity of the beam from different distances, right? So if you look, I'm shining it on a bunch of different trees, and there's a tree to the left that's a lot closer. So when I shine it onto that tree, you have extreme, crazy intensity at that closer object. And then as you move it around, and as I move the light around and show it on trees that were further away and closer, you can see that difference in intensity as I'm putting the actual beam on things that are at different distances. Like this is obvious, right? But I'm just saying, an LEP is still extremely useful at closer distances, because you're getting the strongest intensity and the best clarity possible compared to a standard LED flashlight. You're not getting that floody beam. If I wanted to compare an LEP to the Seeker 3 Pro or something like that, I just think I think it would look ridiculous, right? That's a terrible comparison. So if you want something that's very floody, that's going to have this big wide open beam where you're able to see everything around you, well, then obviously an LEP is just not the way that you want to go in general. But if you want the opportunity to see things up close with the highest intensity possible and the best clarity possible, while also being able to see things that are extremely far away, then the Valkyrie Turbo is a really good choice. All I'm trying to say is, a lot of people are like, who the heck needs to see something that's 500 meters away? Or you're never going to shoot something that's 500 meters away. And I'm like, well, you're right. You're totally right. But the capability of this being able to go 500 meters away gives you much better capability for things that are closer than that 500 meters. So I wish you guys could get one of these in your hand and be able to actually see how amazing the beam is, not only far away, but up close as well. And that's the point I'm trying to say. So to the people out there who are like 530 meters, I would never need something like that. I would never need something that has a distance like that, especially of that size. Get it in your hand, check it out, because it's a guarantee that you're going to love the intensity, not only at distance, but up close, okay? The Valkyrie Turbo makes me want to buy a new handgun. There you go. Yeah, I just, the reason why I'm explaining this, guys, and I know like this isn't like the most exciting thing to talk about, but like the reason why I'm explaining this is because there's a lot of people who saw this light and they were like, a 530 meter flashlight on a compact firearm, that is slightly crazy, right? And it's like, well, yeah, you're probably not going to shoot that far. We're literally just telling you the capabilities of the product. We're not telling you that you have to shine it at something that's 530 meters away. We're just telling you what this product is capable of, and you can use it however you want to. So if you want to have a flashlight that is very jarring, if you want to have a flashlight that's really intense, this is why people love having strobe on their flashlights. This is why people love having turbo on their flashlights. You're not using turbo and strobe just to look for things on a daily basis, right? But you want to have that turbo and strobe for self-defense situations. Maybe there's something going on that you're not really comfortable with, and maybe you need to shine it on turbo or on strobe to say, get the heck away from me. There's a lot of things that you can do with a flashlight that don't have to result in violence, right? All I'm saying is, if you're the kind of person who likes your flashlight to have strobe, if you like your flashlight to have turbo mode in case you actually need to use those modes, well, then the Valkyrie Turbo is going to be perfect for you, because this is going to have even way higher intensity than a normal flashlight on turbo mode. The candela is over 70,000. Okay. So to all those people, because every single time we come out with a flashlight that doesn't have strobe mode, we always get people in the comment section that are like, it doesn't have strobe. Like, why doesn't this have strobe mode? What the heck is going on? And it's like, okay, so obviously if you want strobe mode to be on your flashlight, you want your flashlight to be able to be jarring to someone's eyes if you need it to be. And I think this is even more jarring to the eyes than if it's turbo mode or strobe mode from just a regular flashlight. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Cool. Any questions about the Valkyrie Turbo, guys? I just, like, I know that you guys know what it is. Hopefully you watched the YouTube video that I posted about this, because I also have a giveaway for the Valkyrie Turbo in that video. So please watch that if you can. But I'm just trying to explain like the philosophy of this product and why it can actually make sense. So you don't have to shoot a pistol 530 meters. You don't have to look at something that's 530 meters away. It's simply just the capability of the flashlight, meaning that the intensity is going to be much better up close. And especially for self-defense, you want high intensity with your flashlight. You know? Having the capability and not using it is better than not having the capability and needing it for whatever reason. Exactly. You're completely right. Like, as flashlight fans, as flashlight nerds, we love turbo mode, right? We love the big, crazy lumen settings. We love the 25,000 lumens of the X9R, the 4,200 lumens of the Seeker 3 Pro. Like, we love those settings, and we love when we purchase a product that has the capability to be that bright. But how many of us are using 4,200 lumens and 25,000 lumens, all of those crazy settings that our flagship products have? How many times are you using those top settings on a daily basis? For me personally, I use most of my flashlights on low or medium. I usually don't go past medium unless I'm trying to look at something that's really far away, you know? Maybe I see movement that's far away and I'm like, okay, is that a coyote? Like, is that a deer? What is that? But other than those kinds of situations, it's usually low and medium for me. So I would take the capabilities of all of these products with a grain of salt because you're probably not even going to use the max capabilities of these products. It's the same thing as like when you see a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon and it's not dirty, it's clean. It might have been waxed recently. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's how Olight users are, but I'm just trying to prove a point that I think the capabilities of these flashlights is a lot more than what people are typically using them for on a regular daily basis. But having the capability to go off-roading with the Wrangler when you want to, having the capability of looking at something that's 500 meters away when you're in the woods and you heard a noise, right? Like having that capability is why people purchase nice products, overbuilt products, products that are built well, strong products. You know, like this is why we buy this stuff. So just know that you're going to love this 530 meter beam distance flashlight at 200 meters, at 100 meters, at 50 meters. You're still going to love it. So that's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. Hello, Olight employees in the live chat. Awesome. Yeah, thank you for tuning in, TT. Appreciate you coming in here, man. Premium LEPs. Let's see here. Can you guys make a similar, like the Night Court Chameleon, red and UV? So we do have the Freyer, which is red, blue, green. And then it also has a 1,750 lumen white light setting as well. And it also comes with the traffic wand as well, which is a nice diffuser, you know, if you're going to be using it for power outages, camping, or anything like that. I would take a look at the Freyer. It does not have UV, but take a look at that. Love my Freyer. That's awesome to hear, Chris. Yeah, I mean, when you hear complaints about the Freyer, you know what I'm saying? Like people love that flashlight. If you want a light that has the capability to have red, blue, green, also while having an extremely high lumen white light, and then you have the tail switch, you also have the side switch, the dual switch situation, and then you have the traffic wand. It comes with a holster. It comes with a battery. It comes with a charging cable. The Freyer's the whole nine, man. The Freyer's the whole nine. I broke down and bought the Balder S. I love it. That's awesome. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. The Balder S is a great light. Personally, I think as long as the size of it works for you, the Balder S is the best flashlight you can buy for compacts and subcompacts. Because those lights, or the Balder S, it's got the 800 lumens, it's got the green laser setting. It also has the 100 lumen low setting for like indoors if you're trying to clear a room. It's got magnetic charging. Like the Balder S is an amazing light for compacts and subcompacts for sure. So good choice. Love my Balder S. Awesome to hear, Austin. Thank you. Thank you for that. A 1,000 lumen LEP. So yeah, so I hear what you're saying, man. Look, I'm not trying to tell you that you have to put an LEP on your handgun, right? All I'm trying to explain is that don't just think that this light is only built for extreme long distances, because it's also very useful at up close distances as well, because you're getting that increased intensity. That's all I'm saying about that. Now, to jump to a different conversation about the LEP, the way that LEP work and the way that throwers work in general is that they have low lumens but extremely high candela. The reason why floody lights, flashlights with a big wide open beam, the reason why those have so many lumens is because they have multiple LEDs that they're adding together, right? So for example, the 4200 lumen Seeker 3 Pro, it has 4 LEDs. So we're adding the performance of all of those LEDs together in order to give you that final lumen output. Now, if you look at a thrower flashlight, in order to have that extremely focused tight beam, there can only be one LED, right? So that's why when you look at the head of a Olight Turbo or something like that, you're going to have one small, precise LED, and then you're going to have this massive, large diameter, smooth reflector that's bouncing that light forward. The reason why that's lower lumens is because there's only one LED. So you can't add 4 LEDs together to get 4200 lumens. So that's why you have that one LED that's 1000 lumens, right? So with the LEP, it's even more on that spectrum where you're only defining the LEP by its candela. That's how you define LEPs, because these lasers, these blue lasers that we're using in order to bounce the light off mirrors, and there's a lot going on in here in order to create that beam, it's going to be a small LED, or I'm sorry, the laser itself is extremely tight and extremely small and precise. So you're not really going to see like super high lumen lasers with LEP technology. I was actually taking a look at on Facebook, and there's a guy named Sky Lumen. And I won't talk about him that much because I don't know a whole lot about him, but there's a guy named Sky Lumen on Facebook, and he mods flashlights. And you guys might actually own some of his pieces. He's done a ton of modifications for Olights. He's done it for other brands as well. But basically, he takes a flashlight from a manufacturer like us, and he guts the whole thing out, and he creates custom circuitry and puts in a new LED, new reflector, and all that kind of stuff. And he makes the performance absolutely insane. So they're like modded. It's like a 1,000 horsepower Supra, right? So that's what he's creating. So anyways, he recently came out with an LEP. Granted, the body was from a different brand, but his LEP was apparently the brightest compact LEP that's ever existed. And the thing was still only 600 lumens. So all I'm saying is one of the brightest handheld LEPs that exist is still under 1,000 lumens. So don't look at the lumens when you're looking at LEPs. They will always be low lumens because we're judging a laser and not even an LED. So that itself kills the lumens, but also the point is the candela, okay? You're not going to see a 25,000 lumen thrower. Here, I got one right here. The X9R, do you guys see that? What is that, 6 LEDs in there? Okay, so the reason we're getting this 25,000 lumens is because you have these huge, fat LEDs, and there's 6 of them together in the same flashlight. Boom, you break it, you bring it up to 25,000 lumens, you know? So only judge throwers by the lumens is what I'm trying to say. Only look at the lumens when you're looking at a floody light. If you're looking at something that has multiple LEDs, that's when you really need to care about the lumens, you know? That thing is a beast. Yeah, no, I know for sure. But anyways, so that's what I'm saying. Finding a holster for my handgun with this new light is tough. It's hard. Yeah, so Chris, thank you for saying that, because about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I released a video going over some brand new holster options for the Balder Mini and also the PL Mini 2. And the holster companies that I showed also make holsters for a ton of other lights that we make as well. I mean, I got a Balder Pro R right here. I got a PL Pro right here. Please check out that YouTube video, okay? Because I'm also going to announce the winner of that giveaway probably today, actually, probably this afternoon. So there's a holster video that I posted. It's a couple of videos back, and it's on our YouTube channel. And in that video, we're giving away one of the holsters that we showed in that video of your choice to a lucky person in the comments section of that video. So please watch that, okay? Because you have the opportunity to, not win an Olight like a normal Olight giveaway, but a third-party holster made by some of the best Kydex companies in the business, okay? Woohoo. Okay, cool. Hello from Portugal. Awesome. Cool. Thank you for tuning in from Portugal. Any other questions, guys? So that's really what's going on. Another thing that I would like to say real quick before we get into the giveaway is if you are not a part of our official Facebook group, please join that group, because next week we're going to have something very special happen in that group that's only exclusive for the people in that Facebook group. We have done a lot of work in that group to build up that community. There's 125,000 people in that Facebook group, which not only is the biggest Facebook group in the flashlight industry, but it's like one of the biggest Facebook groups that I've seen from like any topic, any hobby, anything. Like, how often do you see Facebook groups that have 125,000 people in them? Like, not really. Like, in terms of any industry, any business, any topic, 125,000 people is quite a community to have on social media, And I'm not talking about followers. I'm talking about people who are literally engaging in a private group, talking to each other, posting photos, entering giveaways, buying and selling things from each other, posting photos of their collections and their families. People post their life events. That's how much of a community it is. When people have babies or people get married, or like, we celebrate those kinds of things in that Facebook group. So it truly is a community. Please join our Facebook group. It's Olight Flashlights on Facebook. And that way, you'll not only be able to be a part of that community, because if you're watching this live video, obviously you enjoy communicating with other Olight fans. You enjoy the hobby. So if you enjoy all these things, join the Facebook group, because that's where you're going to get the most of that. Okay? I've already explained. Yeah, TT, look, man, if you guys don't like Facebook, I completely understand. It is kind of an annoying platform. The only reason why I even like Facebook is because of the Facebook group. And at this point, like, I've also like deleted a lot of like old friends and stuff on Facebook as well, because it's like, oh, hey, person that I haven't talked to in 15 years. It's good to see that you bought a house. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can get rid of those friends because you don't know them whatsoever anymore. And you can just be a part of the Facebook group and enjoy that. Okay? Don't care for social media. I hear you. Yeah, no, look, everybody can enjoy YouTube, because YouTube is a resource. It's not a place for people to get in political arguments. It's not a place for people to be negative or be upset. You're literally just like soaking in content and learning things. Every time I go on YouTube, I learn something new. I can't say that about social media. Facebook is only what you put into it. You're completely right, Ryan. You're completely right. Look, if you want to see people from your hometown yell at each other about politics, that can be one thing that you do on Facebook. But also, you can engage in communities of other like-minded people who like the things that you like. For example, I really like the electric scooters. I do like the scooter tests for the torture tests. These electric scooters have become a hobby for me because they're just so much fun and they're so useful. Because of that, I'm in an electric scooter group on Facebook where I get to talk with other thousands of people who enjoy the hobby as well. So like, it is a good way for you to actually meet friends who like the same things that you like. But don't get caught up in all of the negativity and all of the stupid crap that's on social media. Like for me, I put my blinders on when I get on social media and I just try to stay in my lane. I just say, okay, I'm just going to look at the things that I care about and that I like. If I see something that's annoying that I don't agree with, I'm just going to put my blinders up and keep it moving. Like, that's how I use social media. Okay. Yes, love the new video holster on the way from Works. That's awesome, Chris. Yeah, they're great people over there, man. We did this is the last thing I'll say, and then we'll wrap it up and we will give some stuff away. The people at Works are really great because here's something that shows me that they're really great. So in 2019, I believe, it was 2018 or 2019, we did a product unveiling presentation at SHOT Show in Las Vegas. We rented out a private room. We had food, we had drinks. We did a big kind of keynote presentation, kind of like when Apple unveils the iPhone. We did a whole like product unveiling demonstration. And then after we finished all of that, we're chit-chatting, hanging out, wrapping things up. The owner of Works came up to me and he was like, "Hey man, great presentation. Glad we could make it out. Glad we could hang out with you. Hey, I brought some holsters for you. We want you to check them out. Here you go." And he like gave me a few holsters like right there on the spot. And I'm like, "You came to my event. You watched the whole thing. You gave me free holsters." Like, very, very nice people. Okay. So I can only say amazing things about Works holsters. And honestly, I can only really say amazing things about all of the companies that I showed in that recent YouTube video. Because first of all the holsters in that video were provided by those companies, which Kydex is custom, right? So the people who sent me those holsters, they probably made it by hand. A lot of times they do it like in their garage or like whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like however they're running their business, trying to scale, trying to get bigger. But like, it's just incredible to me that you got these companies that are making stuff by hand and they send them over to us to show support. They make holsters for our products, right? I find like the whole holster industry in general to be a very positive and uplifting industry. Like every holster company I've talked to where I'm like, "Hey, we're Olight. Can we send you some lights? Like, we want to work with you. We want you to make holsters for our products." They're like, "Heck yeah, man, send them on. Let's do it." And they always deliver, So thank you, holster companies. Thank you, Kydex companies, because you guys are one of my favorite industries. I just want to buy something from you. Okay, cool. So anyways, a couple quick updates, and then we'll move on to the giveaway. So first of all, again, the Valkyrie Turbo is released. The way that you can get the Valkyrie Turbo is they are 10% off for the next let's see here, for the next 3 weeks. You can get these for 10% off. So that'll save you what, $14, something like that. On top of that, when you purchase your Valkyrie Turbo, you're able to get free CR123A batteries for your Valkyrie Turbo until the very last day of 2023. So you have a year and a half to get free batteries for the Valkyrie Turbo with your purchase, if that makes sense. The way that you do that is after you've purchased your Valkyrie Turbo, whenever you need new batteries for your light, whenever they're running low or dying down, go to olightstore.com, log into your account, and then you'll see the listing for the free batteries. You just add it to your cart and you can check out. Okay? If you order a Valkyrie Turbo, I would highly suggest for the next year and a half, each time that you order from our website, go ahead and add a couple of batteries to your order. Because you're going to need the batteries. You know what I mean? Like LEPs have good run times, but obviously, like since this does have removable batteries, you're going to have to change them out sometimes. So you got 10% off the Valkyrie Turbo and free CR123A batteries for the next year and a half until the last day of 2023. So those are two things. Those are two things that are a big benefit to this. On top of you getting the first certified and approved compact LEP weapon-mounted light. And we got it in black, and we got it in tan. It's up to you which color that you want to go with. Olight sells a lot of WMLs. Thanks, Chance. It's smart for holster makers to include them. Exactly. I think that's why I like the holster, like light manufacturer relationship so much, is because we need each other so much, right? We're not going to sell weapon lights if nobody can carry them, right? So we have to have holsters that are available for our weapon lights. But at the same time, the holster makers need people to need their holsters. And why would they need their holsters? Because they have a gun with one of our weapon lights that they need a holster for so they can actually carry it. So we need them, they need us very badly. Put Facebook link in the chat. Casey, I don't know how to pull up the link right now because I'm streaming everything on this computer right now. All you need to do in order to find the Facebook group is just go to Facebook, go to the search bar at the top, and type in Olight flashlights. Not Olight World like our social media. Olight World will take you to the Olight World page on Facebook. That's not where you want to go. You want to go to the group, which is called Olight Flashlights. And again, it has 125,000 members in there. So if you see a Facebook group that doesn't have that many members in it, it's not our official group. So that's another way for you to see it. So Olight Flashlights, type that into the search bar and find the group that has a ton of members in it. It should be the top link. I don't see why you would have to try and find it. It should be just the very top link when you type that stuff in. Okay. Things that bug me is like the changing gun light mounts, etc. Yeah. So 124,000 members. Yeah, that's awesome. There you go, David. I understand. Look, we are trying to make things more compatible, to make things more streamlined. Obviously, in order for us to make the Valkyrie Turbo and for us to get the performance that we want, we did have to make the head a little bit more elongated than the PL Pro, right? So you can see the actual head right here from where the mount starts to the front is longer on the Valkyrie Turbo because the Valkyrie Turbo has a lot more technology going on in the head. Whereas a standard flashlight, you're going to have the LED, you're going to have the reflector, you're going to have that front lens, and then behind all of that, you're going to have the PCB board that's controlling all of the functions of that LED. And then you're going to have the battery connected to that, you have the switch connected to that, and then everything's running in unison. That's how a normal flashlight works. With the LEP, you're going to have a blue laser that is reflected onto a mirror that is bounced off of a phosphor element that is bounced back in order to give you a normal looking hotspot at distance from a laser. So it's completely, the whole thing is just completely different than a regular LED flashlight. So because of that, on LEPs, the head of the LEP is going to be larger. Take a look at the Odin Turbo. That thing's huge. The Odin Turbo is the largest Odin that we sell. And it's because we need space to have that laser bounce off of all those components in order to get that performance that we want from the LEP. So that's how that works. It's a lot of technology crammed into a small area. You're right, Ben. You're right. Yeah. Which explains why LEPs are not typically cheap. The Odin Turbo and this Valkyrie Turbo, they're not the least expensive products that we make. But I think for what you're getting and the fact that you are getting an LEP that's US approved, you're getting a good deal. You know, what are these, 140 straight up? And then you can get 10% off on that. And then the free batteries for a year and a half. For a high-powered LEP, it's a good deal. And the thing is, this is something new for the market. This is something that's never been done before. So we're not selling the Valkyrie Turbo to get rich. Like, I literally, just being fully transparent with you guys, because I like doing that. Like, I literally just talked to people at the company and they were like, well, we didn't make the Valkyrie Turbo to make a bunch of money from it. We made the Valkyrie Turbo because we want our customers to experience something new, and we want to bring something new to the market. When you're bringing something new to the market that people don't necessarily perfectly understand or perfectly realize what it is, because it is something that's brand new, you can't charge an arm and leg for it, right? So we're trying to keep the cost low on these Valkyrie Turbos, give you guys some incentive to purchase them, so that way you can finally try it out and realize how awesome it is. So then when LEPs start coming out in the future, not only from us, but other companies, because if you've noticed, LEP is becoming more and more popular because people want that light intensity. You're going to see more and more people buying them because companies like us are being pioneers with these products. And we're showing you guys how awesome they are. So when new LEPs come out in the future, you're going to say, oh, I already know the LEP is awesome. So of course I want to get that other one that's even better. You know? What's going on, guys? What's going on? Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the giveaway. But you see what I'm talking about? Like, like when the iPhone first came out, for example, and I'm not comparing these products, completely different situations. But when the first iPhone came out, people were like, whoa, it's only a screen? It doesn't have buttons? That's different than my BlackBerry. I'm used to my BlackBerry. I don't know about that. And then it was also kind of expensive, right? Because it was the first time it was ever done. So the very first iPhone was actually kind of a hard sell because it was more expensive than the other phones. It was completely different. People didn't really understand it. But now look where we are. Now everybody knows, you know, the iPhone, Samsung, whatever, you know, you guys prefer, the best phones. Everybody already knows it. They don't have to prove to you that they're the best because everybody already knows they're the best. And I feel like with LEP technology, it's going to eventually get there to the point where everyone knows LEPs are amazing performance. They know that they're reliable. They know that they work really well. And when we come out with LEPs in the future, you're just going to buy them because you already know the capabilities. You already know how awesome they are. Anyways, had to show people why they needed it. You're completely right, Chris. You're completely right. What type of rails will fit it? Okay, this is a very valid question. I promise this is the last thing I'll talk about, and then we'll give stuff away. So the Valkyrie Turbo can fit any pistol that has a 3.8-inch barrel or longer. 3.8 inches or longer. If it's shorter than 3.8 inches, then you're getting into subcompact territory, and it will not fit on subcompacts. The only lights that we make that will fit on subcompacts is the Balder S, the Balder Mini, and the PL Mini 2, because those have the adjustable rail system, which you have to have in order to put one of our pistol lights on something that has a 3.6-inch barrel or even shorter, because they can fit all the way down to like 3.1, 3.2 inches on something like the G2C from Taurus. So if you want to run a Valkyrie Turbo, or if you want to run a PL Pro or a Balder Pro R or a Balder Pro, I have all the full-size weapon lights with me here today. If you want to run those, it has to be on a pistol that has some type of rail on the front that is 3.8 inches or longer. This would be a perfect fit on a Glock 19. This would be a perfect fit on an MMP 2.0 4-inch. This would be a perfect fit on a SIG P320 compact. There's all kinds of firearms out there that the Valkyrie Turbo and all of these full-size weapon lights work on. But if you do have something that's too small, it's still okay as long as it has a rail, because then you can use our small compact lights like the Balder Mini, Balder S, and PL Mini 2. Love my Balder Pro. It's a great light, man. It's a great light. Wonderful performance. Very reliable. I rarely ever see people have issues with the Balder Pro. It still has removable batteries. It's got that green laser. It's got 1,350 lumens, which is plenty. It's a great light, guys. It's a great light. I really like our weapon mounted lights, and I feel like finally with this Valkyrie Turbo with the pistol lights, it's extremely well rounded because you have something absolutely tiny with the PL Mini 2 going all the way up to the Balder Pro R and the Valkyrie Turbo. There's shapes and sizes and performance of any caliber, any magnitude with our weapon mounted light lineup. So, okay, cool. All right, we're starting to get ready, Freddies. Let's give some stuff away. So anyways, let's go ahead and do the giveaway first on TikTok, actually. Let's go ahead and do the giveaway first on TikTok. I'm not really sure about how the lag works on TikTok. I'm assuming that it's probably similar to Instagram, maybe. And then after that, we are going to do the giveaway on YouTube. And then after that, we're going to do the giveaway on Facebook. So if you guys didn't know, we are live on all of these platforms. Didn't go live on Instagram today because we're trying out TikTok. In the future, maybe I'll try and go live on all 4 platforms at the same time, but that might be spreading everything a little too thin. But we're going to go ahead and give this TikTok thing a shot. So let's go ahead and get some readies. And the way that this works is I've got a set of bongos. When the celebration bongos come out, that means that I'm going to give something away. So for you, TikTok, if you want to win this flashlight right here, we're going to do a fun little game. So the way that it is, cool, awesome. Thank you. Thank you guys for the follows as well. Thank you for the what is it, the roses or hearts or something? I don't know how it works. TikTok's weird. You can send people stuff. I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys for the hearts and the roses and whatever the stuff you can do on this platform. Anyways, all right, the way that we're going to do this giveaway is we are going to have you guys pick a number between 1 and 50. We're going to have you guys randomly guess in the comment section a number between 1 and 50. The first person in the comment section to guess it correctly, you will win this free flashlight. If you win, all you got to do is send me an email with your shipping information, and I will send this out to you for $0. Okay? So we are going to start the TikTok giveaway here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, TikTok, guess a number between 1 and 50. Guess a number between 1 and 50, TikTok. Okay, so I'm scrolling through the comment section here, trying to find the right answer. Okay, I'm looking. Okay, 37, 21. All right, keep guessing, TikTok. Keep guessing, TikTok. Man, you guys are really close. Okay. All right, keep guessing, TikTok. Let me get some guesses from you guys. All right, we got a lot of guesses. Oh, wait. Oh, there it is. Okay, we got the right answer, which is 38. I have 38 from Jocko de Beer. Jaso de Beer. I think it's Jocko de Beer. So, de Beer, congratulations. You just won a free i5R flashlight, which is 350 lumens, comes with a USB-C rechargeable battery, and it is extremely bright and just a wonderful, wonderful little small flashlight. So congratulations on winning. To the winner, Mr. De Beer, please send me an email to Sean, which is my name, S-E-A-N is how I spell it. So S-E-A-N at olightstore.com. So Sean, S-E-A-N at olightstore.com. Send me an email with your shipping address, and we'll go ahead and send out your free light. Okay? Cool. Dang you, Jago. Congrats, brother. All right, fair enough. All right, well, thank you so much for watching TikTok. It was really fun to be live with you guys for the first time ever. You know, obviously, the way that TikTok works is you kind of have to keep going and stay consistent. Otherwise, it doesn't really make sense. So we're going to do our best to stay consistent on it, not only with the live videos every week, but also we want to give you guys some really fun, like short little content videos that's different than Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff, okay? So thank you so much for watching TikTok. We're going to go ahead and move over to YouTube for their giveaway, and we will see you guys next time. And how do I turn off TikTok? Does anybody know how to do this? Oh my. Well, this is interesting. Ah, there we go. That's a cool button. Nice. You have more comments than 97% of hosts with a similar following. Not a bad live video on TikTok for the first time ever. Thank you. All right. Now we're going to move on to YouTube. So YouTube, for you guys, 50 to 100. 50 to 100 is how you're going to guess, okay? Nice. Congrats. Way to go, Sean. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you so much. Cool. All right. So let's go ahead and start the bidding on YouTube in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to start with Chris G with 49, which is incorrect. But keep it going, guys. Guess, guess, guess. 50 to 100, my friends. 50 to 100. Okay. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. All right. Okay. Still looking, guys. Still looking. Oh, perfect. There it is. Okay, let me just make sure this is right. One second, guys. I just have to make sure that this is right. Okay. I have the right answer. I just want to make sure this is the first one. I got to make sure that I do this right, guys. Thank you for bearing with me. Okay, so I have got with 68 David Herrera. I saw a few other 68s. True story. I saw you do 68. Jeremy, I also saw you do 68. But David was the first 68. When I scroll all the way up and I start scrolling back down, going through every single entry, David has the first 68 on my comment section list. Cool. Okay, awesome. Well, congrats, David. Congratulations. Obviously, it's going to look a little different. It's going to look a little different on my screen than yours due to like lag and latency and all that kind of stuff. Just know that like you guys literally saw me staring at the screen like 2 inches away from it, going through every single comment on my screen. And that was the first 68. I even told you the other people who had 68 as well. So don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. All right. Well, thank you so much, David. Send me an email, man. Sean, S-E-A-N, at olightstore.com. And we will send out your free i5R. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, YouTube. Hopefully you kind of understand the philosophy of the Valkyrie Turbo a little bit more. Trying to explain to you guys the reasoning behind this product and the reason why it's important to have something like this, not only for long guns, but it also does make sense for up close because you want that higher intensity and that higher clarity, whether it's far away or up close. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Bongo time. You are absolutely right, Luke. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in, YouTube. We'll see you guys next week. Okay.